shot.
How about that? That ball is crushed.
This is Turner Sports.
Don't matter what day it is, come on over and let yourself in. Sure enough, we won't remember this.
NBA All-Star.
Live from New Orleans.
He's not human.
Let your game do the talking.
That is a thing of beauty right there. He should be in the All-Star game. The man is unstoppable. Feeling it now.
The Wizards and Knicks, followed by the Timberwolves and Clippers. That is our Thursday night doubleheader here on TNT. But the reason we're bringing you a 1-hour TNT NBA tip-off presented by Auto Trader is because tonight we announce the starters for the NBA All-Star Game in New Orleans next month. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. Things are being done differently this year, as you are no doubt aware. It's not just the fan vote anymore. And so as I make my way up, there's going to be math here.
Where are you going?
2 guards, 3 front court players selected for each conference. 50% is the fan vote.
Okay.
25% the vote of the players, and 25% voting by the media vote.
So why'd you got to get up? Why'd you have to get up?
Because I have to explain how
50,
all of
25 and 25.
no, but I just know. I got to explain.
Ernie, we know how to count 50, 25, and 25.
I'm going to explain how this works, not just for you.
Tell them, Chuck,
for
you went to
everybody,
Auburn, baby.
but for everybody at home. So here's a scenario for you guys to consider, okay? Consider this. 3 guys going for 2 spots, okay?
3 guys going for 2 spots, and they were going 80 miles an hour.
Guy number 1 in the fan vote. This first guy is number 1 in the fan vote. Because it counts 50%, you got to add it again. So right there. And in the player voting, he was number 1. And then in the media rank, he was number 3. What do you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So 6 divided by 4, the 4 categories you have, and it's 1.5 is that guy's score. And it's good to have a low score in this. Do you get it? It's good to have a low score because it means your ranks are really good.
Who the hell made this up?
Now, next,
another way to do this.
The second
Made this up.
the second player was third in the fan vote. So what do you do here, Chuck? You add what?
0.
Another 3.
Another 3.
Because they're 50%. And then
Oh my gosh.
in the player vote, he was number 3, and in the fan vote, he was number 2. So 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11 divided by 4, Shaq,
Guys are
is
trying too hard to keep people interested.
2.75. There
you
you
don't
go.
want that score.
And here's the third player, who was number 4. He was number 4, Chuckster.
Chuck.
So if he was number 4
right
in the
with you,
fan,
Chuck.
Charles, if he was number 4 in the fan vote,
That counts as 8.
thank you very much. You're catching on.
Chuck.
In the player vote, he was number 2.
Oh, my goodness.
And in the media vote, he was number 1. So 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1. So now you've got another 11 divided by 4.
What is that, Chuck?
Another
2.75.
2.75.
Come on, man.
So what are you going to do here when you got 2 guys at 2.75?
Oh, you have to have a vote because it goes back to how much the popularity of the fans
It goes back to the fan
Come on,
vote.
man.
Yes,
Who doesn't
it
know this?
does.
This is ridiculous.
Yes, it does.
Goes back to the fan
So
vote.
there you go.
So
There's
it goes
your,
to number 3.
there's your
the
little
middle guy.
There
Is it
goes
going to be
your
like
little-
this from now on, Ernie?
There's your tutorial on how this all breaks down. And now, with that being said, could we please see the Eastern Conference starters for the All-Star Game in the backcourt? Kyrie Irving,
Of course.
4th appearance in 17, All-Star starter in 14, and the All-Star Game MVP. Gives the Cavs 24 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists. They are 29 and 11. He is joined in the backcourt by DeMar DeRozan.
Great job, people. This kid deserves to start an All-Star game.
28 points a game.
Huh, Kenny?
Number 5 in the league. 5 rebounds is a career high. 20 games of 30 points or more in 3 games of 40.
This game better.
Front court starters. LeBron James, his 13th straight appearance.
This was a fix.
He's the all-time leader in all-star points with 291.
He deserves it.
26 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. You'll have plenty of time to talk in just a second. Giannis Antetokounmpo makes his first appearance. He's the first Buck since Michael Redd in 2004 to make the All-Star.
Wow.
And the first Milwaukee starter since Sidney Moncrief in '86, averaging 24 points a game and 2 triple-doubles. And Jimmy Butler rounds it out, his 3rd straight All-Star game. He is a starter for the first time in 2017, gives the Bulls 25 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He's had 4 40-point games and a high of 52 against Charlotte. So there they are, the starters for the Eastern Conference. And now when you take a look at the voting totals, and there are those numbers we drew up for you. So LeBron had a 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo a 2, and Jimmy Butler a 4. And there's the tie I just described. DeMar DeRozan and Isaiah Thomas, and DeRozan gets in because of the fan vote tiebreaker. Now, if it had just been up to the fans as it was in years past, it would have been Kyrie Irving and D. Wade. But D. Wade was only 6th in the other 2 categories, in the media and the player voting. Front court, Joel Embiid would have made it if it were just up to the fans.
He's
because
on my list.
He finished 3rd, and Kevin Love was 4th, and Jimmy Butler was 5th. Now, in the player voting, if it were up to them, it would have been Kyrie Irving and Isaiah Thomas, not DeMar DeRozan.
You got to be kidding me.
And the front court, James, Antetokounmpo, and Butler, as it turned out
I like
to be.
That's interesting.
And the media vote would have been
Media finally got it right.
Would have been Thomas and DeRozan.
Because you're in the media?
And the front court would have been LeBron.
You just told
Antetokounmpo,
Embiid
and
should have
Butler.
been in there.
No, I got Embiid on my reserve, but
That's
in my starters, I had Isaiah Thomas and DeRozan.
Yeah, we'll get
Just
to
because
those.
you got it like that don't mean it's right.
Well,
we will-
it's right, trust me.
Just because you got it like that, come on.
We will get to all of those reserves potentially later in the show. So what'd you think? First, you understood the math, obviously.
No,
Listen,
clearly he
all
did. He
these-
went to LSU.
Listen, all these people changing the rules for what?
Because
No, because nothing. Ernie, keep it the way it was, Ernie.
why?
What's the way?
With the fans.
No
Let
way.
the fans vote.
No way.
What you
fans
mean?
fans get it wrong every single time.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't have been in there if the fans got it wrong. I mean, because you play in
I mean,
All-Star
which
game a
time?
lot.
1 or 12?
All of them.
Okay, just count.
You don't
If it
think
ain't broke,
you don't think
Ernie.
it
If
adds
ain't broke,
something to
don't
have
fix
the,
it. No, it does
the
not.
players
No,
who are out there
no,
every
it
night
doesn't. No.
tell us who they think are the best players are,
No.
and the media? Why not?
No, because when I was in high school watching the All-Star game, it was how it was. We used to go to the thing, ballot box, and vote. You know, the whole fan experience. Keep it like that. You know, all this switching up and all these analytics and all these crazy 0.5 and 2.75. It's terrible.
Well, listen, Ernie, I think it's important we let everybody have an opinion. But listen, it's just my opinion. I thought Isaiah Thomas and DeMar DeRozan been the 2 best guards in the Eastern Conference.
That's who I had on mine.
Fans just vote for their favorite players.
But that's what they want to see, though.
Exactly.
First of all,
Exactly. That's what they want to
listen,
see.
Isaiah Thomas, in my opinion, is the 3rd guy in the league for MVP. He's been phenomenal all year. And listen, there's no disrespect to Kyrie Irving, but DeMar DeRozan and Isaiah Thomas have been the best 2 guards in the Eastern Conference this year, plain and simple.
Got to be happy to see Giannis Antetokounmpo in there for the first time.
Yeah, I think Ernie, I think Shaq has a point. I understand Chuck's point. But I think overall, Kyrie Irving
is a hell of a player.
He's on a championship team, and his responsibility is different. So, but what he does with his responsibility.
So is Timothy Mozgov.
But his responsibility, what he does with it is all-star-like and starter-like. Yeah. And he has been the MVP. He has been the most exciting player with the basketball at times.
Wait, what about in the actually game this year?
He's been very exciting.
Who's got more points, more fourth-quarter points than anybody in the NBA this year?
We're not saying that this guy's not going to make it, but
I'm
talking
about
fans.
But I'm just saying, I want to reward guys who are having a great first half of the season.
And the
this ain't a lifetime achievement award.
Yeah, but it ain't about what you want. It ain't
all-star?
about what you want, about what the fans want. It's been that way forever.
Fans, those people don't know anything about basketball. That's why they're fans.
I will say this, and almost in agreement with you, Shaq, on this one. Why wouldn't the media and the players pick the reserves?
Because the coaches pick the reserves.
No, I think that that should be the coaches, players.
You changing
media.
stuff around.
I think the fans should get their 5, like the 5 they want to see. And regardless who it is.
Chuck, you must like that change because you have been on the fans' case for ages now.
Because I think because I look at the All-Star game differently. It ain't just your fan favorite. I think the All-Star game is who's having a great first half of the season. Listen, it's not a lifetime achievement award. For the last X amount of years, we put guys on there because they were great like 5 years ago. My opinion, I always say, I think everybody, we got all these idiots on TV. You always say, in your opinion, the best 2 guards in the Eastern Conference this year have been Isaiah Thomas and DeMar DeRozan.
I just think the coaches are more biased than anybody because sometimes they guys that
the media actually
didn't like, said something to them while they. I think that's the more biased. That position of
You're
coaches
right about that,
picking the reserves.
Well, let me just ask you a question. Let me ask you a simple question.
What's that?
Who's been better this year, Isaiah Thomas or Kyrie Irving?
I would say for his team.
Oh my goodness.
Isaiah Thomas. However,
that's all I'm saying. Just stop.
He's been better for his team, but doesn't mean he's the better player. Or I would want to see him over in the All-Star game.
I'm just saying.
It doesn't mean I wouldn't.
The All-Star game is to reward.
But I would pick Kyrie Irving if I was a fan. I would vote for Kyrie.
And that's who the players. That's who the players picked number 1 among the backcourt in the East was Kyrie Irving. Kyle Lowry, who was 5th in the player vote in the backcourt. That's how I'll be watching my brother as a starter in the.
See what he said? We had subliminal because he's on the court.
Yeah.
Because he said he'll be watching him on the court. Yeah. I hear you, Kyle. That's subliminal.
Okay, Kyle.
I can't throw them subliminal texts out there. We got you. We got it. This is how I'll be watching him. He's saying from the court, not from those stands.
Hey, didn't I see something like that in A Beautiful Mind? Ah, yeah, there it is.
You a 2.75 out of 10, Chuck.